howdy ho stampers, Deb Valder here. Another Christmas card coming your way. I'm going to show you actually two ways to do this. This is actually just a card, and you can use it like a regular card in a regular envelope. You would just take your envelope, stick it inside, and you're good to go. This one is pretty unique. It's an envelope. The outside is the envelope, and inside is the card. I got the inspiration from the mini catalog, which is the 2015 holiday catalog, and I got the inspiration from this card right here. I'm not a fan of red, so my color of choice for the holidays is always blue and white. So let me just show you what I did. Let's start with the actual envelope. Okay, so I took a regular envelope and I ran it through my Big Shot, just like this. Even before that, I took the envelope and I cut off the top part of it. So let me just show you. I took the envelope and I just ripped off the top part, just like that. Okay, then I turned it over and I added my Thinlit. This is the one with the sleigh and the horse. I added my Thinlit and I ran it through. And then what I did, just take this off and very carefully take this off. Okay, and we have our horse and our buggy. Now, you'll notice that not only do we have the horse and buggy on the top, we have the horse and the buggy on the back. Let me just show you. Very carefully open up your card, and you have one on the front and one on the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over, and I'm just going to cut off my horse and buggy very carefully because I'm actually going to use this. So I'm going to just cut this off. And now I have a piece to use on the front of my card. You see? I have a piece right there. So, let me just show you the next part of it. We're going to take, and I think I'll do my little accent piece right here because I want it to dry. These are some of our little snowflakes. I just love these little wooden things. They're light, they're not fat, so they go through the mail a little bit better. And you can color them with our inks. So let's just take, I think for this one, I don't want to lose that piece. For this one, I think I will use my, I think I'll use this one right here. It's actually, yeah, let's use this one. Let's grab our white craft ink, because snowflakes are white, and a finger dauber, and this is the one I use just for my white, and we're just going to finger dauber this and get it dry. Fast and really cute. Okay, I want it nice and covered. Okay, so we're going to set that aside to dry. While I have my white ink out, I'm going to use it for my stamping. So on the outside of my card, and I'll have all the measurements for these on the on my blog, but on the outside of my card, I'm just going to grab a scrap piece of paper because I will stamp off. I'm going to take two pieces from one of my stamp sets, and the one I'm going to use the most is called Jingle All the Way. So you can either use the stars or the snowflakes. I think I will use the, let's see, I think I'll use the stars, and you're just going to randomly stamp all over. And again, I'm doing this because this is the white, and I want the white to dry. Craft ink takes a little bit longer to dry. Here we go. There, that should be enough. Okay, so we're going to set that aside to dry along with our little ornament. And on the inside of my card, oh yeah, I did also put a little sentiment. So if you want to take and write, put a sentiment on the outside of it, we'll do that with craft ink also. So I'm just going to take my, may all these be yours at Christmas. You don't want to put it up too high because you don't want it to stick out of your card. Okay, so let's just do that right about there. Okay. So there's my sentiment. Again, I want to let that dry. The next thing, well actually, yep, the next thing that we're going to do is to, we've got this piece right here, but now I need the houses. So what I'm going to do is run my, my framelit. Again, this is in the same, package as the sleigh was, and I'm just going to run this piece, or I did run this piece, through my Big Shot. Now what I wanted to do was I wanted it to go off because I didn't want the whole piece all the way across. This is another piece that's in there, are the trees, and I'm not going to use that one today, but I just wanted to point it out to you. So I want to use these on the bottom of my card right here. So I'm just going to take and remove that, and then if you have your pokey thing or your scissors, you can just take and poke out the little windows, because the windows do come out on this, and it makes it just look so much cuter. So just take your scissors or take your little pokey thing and make sure all of these are poked out. See how easy they come out? Alright, so we've got those done. We're actually going to use both of these pieces. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to use some of my green glue, because I do love my green glue, and I'm going to just put that on the back of this. Now what I like to do with my green glue is to just make sure that I let it set for a little while to dry so that it doesn't ooze out. It makes, when it starts to turn transparent, it actually makes it look like, or it makes it feel like a mini glue dot, okay? But it doesn't ooze out. So I really like that a lot, and I should be using my silicone mat here. Okay, I never have it too far from my working area, and I'm just kind of spreading this around, all right, because I am going to let that dry just a little bit. So we're going to let that dry, and then I'm going to bring in my, remember I cut out my, and this is actually done from the envelope, so it's very thin, but you're not going to know that when I put it on the card. So I'm just going to lay this down. So we've got a lot of pieces drying on this one. If you're going to mass produce these, I would do all the pieces at once. So I would do all the gluing, I would do all of the cutting, and then just put them together as an assembly line. I'm going to bring back my card, and we're not going to waste any of the pieces. So this piece right here, I'm just going to add right here, and let's just grab my fast fuse, and we'll just glue this to the inside of the card. And this is where you can actually put your sentiment. If you want to make this a gift card, you can take and you can add, you can actually add a gift card right over here. So why don't we just take another piece of paper, of our Whisper White paper, and add it over here. We'll put our sentiment over here, and we'll put our gift card on this side. How's that? So we have one side for the gift card, one side for this. Let's take some Night of Navy ink, and I'll show you where these, I'm going to show you where these sayings came from. It's a very wonderful stamp set. And it's one that I think that everybody should have. It's called Versatile Christmas, and it has all these amazing sayings on here, and they coordinate very well. So if you want to have that on the outside and have something else on the inside, they do coordinate very, very well. So here's the inside of our card, and let's just finish up the outside of our card now. So I'm going to take and use, well, these aren't totally dry, but I'm still going to do it. I'm going to take and add my little piece that I cut out from the inside of the card. You know me, I'm all about recycling here. And then I'm going to add my little snow guy. Okay, so it actually looks like he is running down off the hill into, there we go. And you see, if you let that multi-purpose glue dry, it really does do a nice job, and it doesn't ooze out all over the place. So here is my outside of my card, and then what I'm going to do for the inside of the card, or the outside of the envelope, because that's what we're going to put in next, is to just put the envelope together. Now remember, this is what the envelope looks like, and here I have my envelope right here. I cut off the back piece, remember? And then that's going to just go on the inside. So before I do that, let's add my saying right here. And I think I'll do that from the stamp set that I originally used, which is Jingle All the Way. And like I said, this one has, you can actually get this one in a bundle. Jingle All the Way has all the pieces, and they match the framelits, the little upswings to them. So here we go. We're going to take and just add my Home for Christmas right here. Right, and then let's take and put the card inside the envelope so that when I add my ribbon to it, it gives it a little bit more sturdiness. That should be dry by now. So now I'm just going to add the little snowflake right here. I put some mini glue dots on the back of that, and then on the top of that, what I will add is one of our new little embellishments. These are called Embellishments Winter Wonderland, and on these embellishments, they are absolutely adorable. And you can use mini glue dots or your green glue, and they're just absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to lay that on the top there. The last thing that I will do is add my ribbon, which is right here, and you are done. I'm just going to add it with a little knot, because I like knots better than bows going through the post office, since this is Christmas. For this card, you may have to add a little bit of postage because of that embellishment right there. And then I'll just take my good scissors and trim off the ends, and there is your striking card. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? It's not hard, it's a beautiful card, and it's a very unique card. Like I said, the inspiration came from the inside of the catalog, and make sure you take a look at that, because we do have some great samples in there. Change up the color and you have got a great new card. If you have any questions, let me know. Hop on over to my blog for all the details, and like I said, have a great day. Get prepared for Christmas. It's coming. Take care.